Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your preview for Zenit St. Petersburg versus Chelsea on the final day of the group stage in the Champions League. It's about to get tasty because we are going to find out who is going to finish top of the group. Is it going to be Chelsea or is it going to be Juventus? Now, we got to be honest, the odds are stacked against us here in terms of where we're flying to, the injuries. Juventus have got to play Malmo at home. You'd think that, you know what, if we don't win tomorrow, we ain't finishing top. It's as simple as that. So it kind of adds a little bit of a spanner in the works because we've got other things to think about. We're going to get to it very shortly. Before I do though, I want to let you guys know of a couple of things. Firstly, this video is brought to you and sponsored by the lovely people at OneFootball. You can download the OneFootball app, link in the description, for all of your footballing needs. Every single footballing need that you need or you have is satisfied by OneFootball, just like it does for me. It's my number one go-to on my phone for my scores, for my updates, for my news, for my videos, for my statistics, for my all sorts. Download it, link in the description. Head there now and enjoy it. Secondly, watch-alongs are back. Yes, tomorrow I will be here for the Zenit St. Petersburg versus Chelsea watch-along. We will be doing it. 5:45 UK time kickoff. It's not a late kickoff, so don't do the same mistake that I did last time we played at this time, where I thought it was 8 o'clock and I had to get everything sorted within 15 minutes because I just did not know that it was an early kickoff. Make sure you know. Make sure you are there tomorrow. Early kickoff, not waiting for 8 p.m. Watch along will be here, so make sure you guys are tuned in. Hit the subscribe button now if you haven't already. Let's get into this preview. So, Zenit St. Petersburg versus Chelsea. This is crazy. Why? Because we've got players out. We've got 5 players out. Thomas Tuchel confirmed earlier on. We've got Ben Chilwell out. Kovacic is out. Jorginho is out. Kante is out. And Chalobah is out. Now, out of those names, Ben Chilwell is serious. Kovacic isn't, because he has come back to training, although he tested positive, so it means he's got to isolate and therefore he can't, join the squad. So I don't know if he might be available for the weekend. I doubt it. It might have to be the Brentford game in midweek. Jorginho, I'm sure isn't serious, but he's just recovering from the little knock that he's been carrying. Kante should be expected back anytime soon, although I don't really know what's going on there. And Chalobah, we know, is out for a little while. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But because of that, and because of the 2 factors we've got to think about here, the one factor we've got to think about is we want top. We want top of the group. Because if we finish second, it's going to get difficult when going into the last 16 and who we can face. Why? Because Man City are going to top their group, it seems. Liverpool are going to top their group, it seems. All the English teams, Man United have topped it. So all the English teams that are topping their groups, we can't face those group winners in the last 16, which means that our options become narrow. Which means that you look at the other group winners that we can face, Bayern Munich, for example, we are more than likely, or a lot more likely, to be facing a top team compared to if we finish second and then we have everyone to choose from. Another group winner that we might face is Ajax, for example, and they are doing really well. So it's those little bits of risk, We can't finish second. I don't want to finish second. But on the flip side, we have to manage our squad. We have to manage our injuries. We can't keep forcing players and playing them because we absolutely need them. The squad depth is there, but I think it's been exposed as of late because of the quality that just isn't performing at the moment in terms of some aspects, some players, some positions. But we've got to manage the squad. Like, players now need to be rested. So considering that going into the weekend where we play Leeds, then we've got the Brentford game in midweek in the Cup, and then this, that and the other, it's getting tasty. December is a packed month and we can't play all of those players every single game, because we have a game every midweek and every weekend for the rest of the month. It's unsustainable. So we've got to maybe run some sacrifices. And maybe it starts tomorrow against Zenit, which might mean that, yes, we might not win, right? Considering I think it's going to be minus 13 in St. Petersburg tomorrow. So the players will have to don't stop running, basically. You cannot stop running. If not, you will freeze. You're just going to have to run for 90 minutes and stay warm. But it's that freezing. The conditions won't be easy. But we might have to if Zenit St. Petersburg, because they will be playing Europa League, it seems, they have nothing to lose. If they come at us with nothing to lose and they get a freak result like a 1-0, we might just have to take that on the chin because it is what it is, considering the lineup that I think Thomas Tuchel needs to go with tomorrow. Or anyway, who I think he's going to go with. Let's check it out. Let's get into the starting 11. I'm going to base this on who I think he's going to choose. And as we go along, I will tell you who I think I would go with. So let's check it out. Here it is. So, starting off in goal, this is the number one position that I think needs to be changed just for tomorrow. I would start Kepa, but I think it's going to be Mendy because it's Mendy. And because, you know, to a certain extent, it's safe, it's secure. I know as of late he's been a little bit dodgy, but he is still Edouard Mendy. He is still the goalkeeper that pulls off some incredible saves. And I think that because of that, a goalkeeper doesn't really need to be rotated. I think that he's going to play. Now, if it were me, I think it's a good opportunity to give Kepa a little bit of an introduction. Why? Because going into January, Edouard Mendy will be going off to the AFCON. So I would like to give Kepa a little warm-up, and I feel like in the Premier League and leading up to January, Mendy's going to be used for every game. Tomorrow could just be that game where we give him a little break, let him reset mentally because he's been making a few mistakes, let him calm down, compose himself, come back for the weekend all guns blazing. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I think Edouard Mendy will start, although if it were me, I reckon I would go with Kepa. We go into the defence, and again, this is where it gets a little tasty too, because I think that Aspie, Christensen, and this is going to be weird, but I think Saul will start this one. I think Tuchel will go with this. And even for me, I reckon this is probably the best that we can go with right now. Why? Because Chalobah's injured. Aspie needs to step in. Silva, I feel like, needs a little break of his own. So Christensen needs to remain in the middle. If not, it would have been Christensen Silva next to him, because that you can also do with Aspie going right wing back. Rudiger needs a break too. Let's have it right. He can't play every single game, right? I mean, he could, but you know, it'd be nice to just give him a little bit of a breather. That way, he can recover a little bit more. Going into the Premier League and going into the mad rush in December, he will be at 100%, no excuses, full energy, and we go. I feel like tomorrow could just be the game where we might be able to do without him, just because it's Zenit St. Petersburg. But Malang Sarr will be the next guy to go to at left centre-back. So that, I think, is what Thomas Tuchel's going to go with. We'll see what he chooses tomorrow, but I've got a feeling Tuchel will go with this as the back three. We move into the wing-backs, and weirdly enough, I don't think anything's going to change. Although, if it were me, I would change something. I think Alonso, because he's trained, I think will play. Now, in the back of my head, I know that he picked up a little issue in the last game. Was it the last game or the one before that at Watford? I don't remember, but he's been playing with a little back issue, Marcos Alonso. Now, is that fully recovered or not? Because if it's not, I would go Saul left wing back. And I know that's very experimental, but you know what? Let's try him at left wing back, because if there is any game to try him, it would be this one. I'm definitely not trying him at left wing back in the Premier League. Hell no. Right? This game would probably suit it. Neither Brentford, because that's a quarter final. I want to win a competition. So you know what? I would go full strength for that as well. Tomorrow, though, I would consider going Saul. I don't think Thomas Tuchel's going to do that. Alonso's trained. He's clearly fit. He's ready to go. So I think he's going to go Marcos Alonso. And at right wing back, I think he's going to go Reece James, because that is all we can do right now. Unless if we go Hudson-Odoi or Pulisic. But I just don't think Thomas Tuchel's going to do that. I feel like he wants to have Reece James on the pitch. It does give us a little bit of an assurance, a little bit of stability. He's in fine form at the moment. So you know what? Play Reece James. If it were me, though, I would consider having Aspie in that role and then compensating with the centre-backs. That way we can rest Reece James for tomorrow. But I think Thomas Tuchel's going to go with this. Now, we go into midfield. I think because Jorginho and Kante and Kovacic are all unavailable, I think this is what we're going to go with. I think we're going to go Loftus-Cheek and Saul. Now, I don't like this. Personally, I'm not a fan. We saw this against Watford, and there's so much imbalance there. And not necessarily because of Loftus-Cheek, for example, but Saul's been so off, right? I just feel like he doesn't provide much in that position for us. Let's be real. This is why I would consider him that left wing back, because maybe he might do a job there. Maybe. We got to try it out. Who knows? Although, because there's no midfielders, this is what I think Thomas Tuchel's going to go with. Now, if it were me, I wouldn't mind, and I spoke with Miz and Matisse earlier on over on Miz's channel, but I would go with Loftus-Cheek and Ross Barkley. Screw it. because it's all we can do. And I think we might get a little bit more output just by Barkley going forward than we do with Saul on the pitch, because Saul right now is offering nothing in central midfield. But we got him on loan for this specific reason. If there's injuries, we have Saul to play. And I think that's what Thomas Tuchel's going to do. So this is what I think Tuchel will do. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Now, in the front three, this is where it gets a little tasty, because what I'm about to give you is not what I would go with. I would consider the 2 out of the 3 that I've chosen here, but I wouldn't go the full 3, and I'll tell you why. I've got Thomas Tuchel choosing Ziyech, Mason Mount, and Romelu Lukaku. I wouldn't play Lukaku tomorrow. I just don't think he's ready. If we're talking in terms of what Thomas Tuchel has told us recently, clearly he needs a bit more time to recover and be 100%. That way he can play in the Premier League. I think that he's not quite there yet, as proven against West Ham, where apparently he wasn't even ready to play 45, but got brought on because we needed height. I think that Lukaku should be saved, allow him to recover even more. That way against Leeds, he can come back at 100%. Now, on the flip side, if he is fit, it would benefit him to play tomorrow for minutes. I think that is what Tuchel's going. That's what Tuchel's going to do. Personally, I wouldn't take that risk, but I think Tuchel might start Lukaku tomorrow just for the minutes, just for him to get some rhythm up and going, and then have Ziyech and Mason Mount in behind. Now, personally, I wouldn't mind having Ziyech start. I would consider having Hudson-Odoi instead of Mason Mount tomorrow. That's in the back of my head, but I'm not against it. I'm not against Mount and Ziyech being where they are right now, and then Lukaku starting up top. I would personally go Timo Werner. Some of you might think that's crazy because of Timo's poor form in front of goal, but you know what? In terms of a game where we just need to rest the best, I think it would suit Timo to just play tomorrow. Will Zenit park the bus? Will they sit low? Because if they do, that doesn't suit Timo. But I think they're going to come with a no guns, a nothing to lose sort of mentality. You know, they're going to throw all the guns out, give it all they got, because they are going into the Europa League. They have nothing to lose. They might as well all go guns blazing. It's as simple as that. So I think Timo Werner might find a bit of space, which is why I would go with him. But this is what I think Thomas Tuchel's going to do. It's half stable and half experimental. Personally, it doesn't fill me with too much confidence, especially in midfield. But hopefully, because we're playing Zenit St. Petersburg and they're not incredible, that might compensate it, and we might just get a narrow win. Fingers crossed. But that is what I think Thomas Tuchel is going to go with tomorrow. And if we're predicting the score, I'm going to go narrow here. I reckon we're going to get a team similar to this tomorrow. And because of that, I think there's going to be a lot of imbalance. Do not expect a lovely performance. Do not expect a lush, great, brilliant, smooth performance. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be very cold. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very, just gritty. And I see it finishing 1-0. A very, very close 1-0 win to Chelsea. Fingers crossed. All I'm hoping for is the win. That way we finish top. I don't care how we do it. I don't care how we get it. With the injuries that we have and with the squad that we have to manage, I would just want a win by any means necessary. 1-0, I will take it all day long. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. How do you see it panning out? What team would you choose? What scoreline do you have as a prediction? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thank you all so much. Don't forget, tomorrow here, the watch along will be live, so make sure you are there for that one, and then the match review immediately afterwards. Don't forget to download the OneFootball app, link in the description. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this, and I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video and a watch along. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.